guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We made it through a Friday. Oh yeah. It was a busy Friday. I'm still trying to come down from running around all night. But Linus, I know you're not here yet, but I heard something about motorboating. You never told me that. I thought we were getting married. I want to hear more. I need to hear more about this motorboating, please. I have a proposition for you. I always miss the good stuff when I'm working. You know that? It's not fair. It's just not fair. That was a pretty good one to miss. Damn it. All right. So, I got some good stuff today. Yes, I do. I got an update on one of the cases that we saw the other day in the you don't cry in court. And this woman, man, oh man, you got to feel for her a little bit. You got to, you have to. So yeah, I got some Judge Reese. I got some new judges. Got some Judge Fleischer. Got some old judges. Do I have old judges? I know I have new judges. That's for sure. That is for sure. This looks like, let's start with this one. So with this one, okay, I have to ease you into it. So there's a couple clips, or at least one. I know there's at least one. I think there's two before we get hit with the weapon of mass destruction. But we're gonna jump right into this one. That's what we're gonna do today.
Over in case it's not addressed. And good afternoon, sir. Can you please state your name?
Ronnie Hudson.
All right, Mr. Hudson, you are here. You're here on two cases, 2008 CF 49621 and 2008 CF 55350. They're violation of probation warrants, so they're no bond warrants, so you're going to stay in custody.
Right. Can I say something? I was 17 years old when I was put on probation. I did 15 years in prison. That was 16 years ago. I was a child. I'm now a man. I'm a manager at 2 franchise jobs. My probation officer has nothing but good to say about me, I'm pretty sure. I've been out 15 months doing the right thing, and I'm innocent of the charges that they have me that's pending right now.
Okay.
I have newly discovered evidence, and it's going out for bid.
Go find some zombies, Fozzie, and I'll play it. That's your homework.
I'm innocent.
All right. Do you want a lawyer?
I mean, yes, you could appoint me a public defender, but I'm looking for a bond, Your Honor. You could put me on GPS tracker.
I'm not giving you a
I have
bond.
a job.
No, he warned, the judge specifically said no bond, so you have to go back before Judge Spiker to have that conversation.
Okay, she was never my judge. Who is that? I don't even know who she is. She never sentenced me.
Okay, she's now on your case, so.
Okay.
All right, so your court date as of now is going to be January 21st at 9:30. So call your lawyer.
January. I can't go back in December. You get me?
Oh, you're also MA.
Right.
You guys see what that means?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could put on the record what the AMA status is.
Robbery with a weapon, right?
Robbery. Yeah, AMA qualifiers.
All right.
That's when I was a child back then. I was 16 years ago.
Either way, you were convicted as an adult.
Yes, ma'am.
So, based on
I paid my price for them.
okay, based on the statute, with it being when you were charged with robbery, if you are found to have allegedly violated probation on that, you have to, by statute, be held in custody with no bond until.
I'm sorry, but no, he's got to seize everything. His job must be outstandingly entertaining every day.
Your judge determines that you are not a threat to the community.
Okay, I'm innocent. I'm a manager, man. I'm innocent. I didn't do nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold that thought, Raven. I'm going to give you something in a second, okay? Just hold that thought.
I can't give you a bond. You have to go in front of Judge Spiker. Okay. So January 21st.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Can we make sure that Because there's a child involved, but it's not mentioned in the charges. Mr. Walker, do you know whether this was DCF was involved?
I don't. To answer your question, Your Honor, I really don't know.
Okay, with mandatory reporting, I want to make sure that they're notified. I'll make a note of it. Good afternoon. You can please state your name.
I'm Linda Ishak Shuki.
All right, you were here on 2024 CF 54686 on one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which is a third-degree felony. One count of threat of death or serious harm to law enforcement, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. One count of criminal mischief, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. And one count of resisting an officer without violence, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. Ma'am, do you want me to appoint you an attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office. So give a recommendation as to bond.
5,000 account 1, 1,000 account 2, and then 500 and 500.
It's appropriate.
All right. So as to count 1, your bond can be set at 5,000. As to count 2, 1,000. As to count 3, 500. As to count 4, 500. Your next court date is going to be December 12th at 8 o'clock for arraignment.
Arraignment, will my public defender be there?
Yes, and you can call your public defender before the arraignment date.
I will be getting bonded out. Unfortunately, since I've been a child, I've been classified to top secret intelligence as a weapon of mass destruction. The executive order, presidential executive order 13382, enables the federal government to confiscate all my financial assets, authority, inheritances, and property. So I will not be able to make bond. I'm an intelligence asset and I'm a war strategist. I've never been arrested, not even for pouring gasoline on my own apartment building and burning it down in South Beach. So I'm a little confused as to why I'm sitting in the jail.
All right, we'll call your lawyer and they'll be able
I will call the Defense Department, NSA.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but guys, what if she's right? Do you ever think about that?
Class? Good afternoon, sir. If you could please state your name.
Justin Ryan for class.
All right, you were here on 2022 CF 26282 on a charge. It's a violation probation warrant. It's a no bond warrant. So you're going to remain in custody.
No, on probation. I was out on a quarterman's bond, and the incident that occurred, the deputies, I guess they thought that I lived at that residence. That's not true. The owner of that residence is in the courtroom now. He can attest that I'm not a resident in that place. I live at 2275. That's like on my record because I'm a felon. I'm a registered felon at the other address. And they conducted a search warrant there, and they tried to say that some of the stuff they found in there was mine, but they never found anything on that person.
I'm going to stop you right there because the most recent VOP alleges several other things. So the amended affidavit for the violation probation contains several other violations. So you can talk to your lawyer about this, but Crawford ordered a no bond, so it's going to remain at no bond.
Okay. And this is Mr. Class. Yeah, I don't have a violation.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I was looking at a different one. I apologize. So you're here on one count of possession of methamphetamine, one count of possession of controlled substance, and one count of...
That would be me. If I ever went to jail, I would go to jail for, like, I don't know, possession of marijuana or something small. And I would get in there and they'd be like, you're here for a triple murder. Wait, no, it wasn't me. Your name's on the list. You're going to jail.
Use for possession of drug paraphernalia.
Correct.
Okay. I apologize. This is 2024 CF 54659.
Correct.
Steve, do you have a recommendation as to bond?
Yes, I do. As to count 1, 5,000. As to count 2, 5,000. As to count 3, 500.
I believe he is one of the people that were involved in that search warrant. So,
All right, I'm going to appoint you conflict counsel. So,
Okay, well, Your Honor, what I was trying to tell you is I'm on a court bond on another case in which I have made each and every court date that was pertaining to that case. I've stayed in liberty. I haven't gotten any charges whatsoever. I'm not a resident of this. I'm not a resident of this residence. The man who owns the house, he's right here. They'll attest that I'm not. Okay, they're charging him with renting a room and me with being there and possession of this stuff. They never found anything on my person. That's correct. That's clear in 928. They never found anything on me. And I don't live there. My residence is 2275 Starlight Court. And you know, I mean, if you could just please look at this and see the right thing to do is to not find probable cause because I don't live there. Nothing in that house belongs to me.
well,
Except the drugs.
if you read the 923, then you need to read the second last paragraph of the 923. So it contradicts what you're saying. So I read all of these, everybody that was in this house, I read every single one of the affidavits. And so I do find probable cause with regard to this one.
So everybody who lives in this house are all these people right here. Not all of them, but everybody who's in this house got arrested that night.
So the bonds can be set at count 1, 5,000, count 2, 5,000, count 3, 500. Your next court date's gonna be December 12th at 8 o'clock.
So I can bond out on this?
Yes, on this you can.
Okay. Thank you.
5,500.
Yeah.
And read again.
Alright, you are here on a bond forfeiture. Do you understand what that is?
Bond forfeiture, no.
Okay, so basically what that means is whoever previously posted your bonds, either the bondsman or the person that posted it have now recalled those. So they'll be recalled and reset, but you're gonna have to repost the bonds to get out.
Is that legal?
Mhm. Yeah.
On what basis?
Probably a new law violation or something, I don't know.
A new law? No, there's no new law violation. I bonded out on the VOP.
Probably that's what it was.
And ma'am,
The VOP is probably what it was.
well, I was brought in court on resisting without violence.
So this is the function of the bondsman, sir. The bondsman can has the ability to revoke the bond anytime. So it's gonna be revoked and reset. So your bonds are gonna be reset on 27703 at 15,000, and then on 52839.
It's my understanding that only the judge has that power.
No. Mm-mm.
So a bondman can give you a bond,
Yes.
propose your bond, and then take it away at any time.
There's conditions that have to happen, but you have a bond, so you can bond out again, but they can recall the bond if they want.
We already paid that bond. I had a VOP that day on the new law violation that I bonded out on.
Well,
Who are you saying are you sure to? Because I didn't see anybody say what state we're in. But this is Florida.
What they're talking about.
usually when you get a bond, the condition is if you violate the law again, that they can recall.
I have not violated your law again.
Well, that's a conversation you need to have with your bondsman. So at this point in time, you can post bond again. All right. Anything further, Mr. Lochran? All right. See you tomorrow.
Okay, everybody turn your volume down a bit, please. Raven, you said that the audio was trash. This is what the audio was when I first got it. Everybody, if you didn't turn your stuff down, I told you to turn your stuff down. Now tell me that audio is trash. That audio is amazing. Amazing. Took me time and effort. You don't even hear the chains rattling, which is all you hear is papers rustling and the chains rattling. Fozzie, you didn't turn your volume down, did you? You want to know why? You never listen to me. Okay, let's go with, oh, what's this one? I don't even know what this one is.
Claim, Your Honour, is in paragraph 12 as a statement of claim.
How did that
I'll just
get
seek to
here? Oh my
summarise.
gosh.
The effect of the claim is that
Jeez. This is
Dr.
in a court
Kolajecic
video.
began research and development into what's known as ion.
Okay, so half of you heard something, half of you didn't. Do you want to know why? Because it only fills the left. That's a good place to. Why did I stop it there? Hold 1 second.
Ionic liquid.
There we go. That's better. So if you, if you if your headset or your speakers or anything do not, what's the word I'm looking for? It's right in the tip of my tongue. Not mono, but stereo. If it doesn't automatically convert to stereo, then you won't hear it. So half of you just heard somebody screaming at you real loud, and then the other half heard nothing. Raven, which one were you? I know. I know. Okay. This one looks short and sweet.
Typical for those appearances to occur.
That was definitely a British accent. Definitely.
And even when writs are issued, sometimes those are denied, and he would face potential loss of his child if he remains in custody on this charge. He does not have any significant resources with which to post bond, so any substantial bond is going to serve as a functional no bond hold. In this case, if the court sets it at that amount, he did indicate to defense counsel that though he currently resides at that North Washington address, he did recently qualify for low income housing and is scheduled to move into an apartment next month, having won the lottery for one of those positions. So, Your Honor, I do think that given the totality of the circumstances here, his CPAT score, relatively limited nonviolent criminal history, that a substantial reduction in bond from the kind of standard amount here would be appropriate if the court again is disinclined to grant the personal recognizance bond. We are asking for a low value cash surety bond with a cash option so that when he complies with the terms and conditions of his release, he would be able to obtain that money back.
Thank you. Ms. Sickler?
Thank you, Your Honor. We would object to a PR bond or lowering a bond, noting a couple of things. He is a CPAT category 2 with somewhat limited criminal history, but he does have a history of failures to appear. He has his recent allegations were where he was carrying a concealed weapon. This is an extremely dangerous circumstance here. The people.
Friday. I'm very busy on Fridays at work. I didn't get to see nothing. I missed everything.
People do have massive community safety concerns, especially anytime drugs and guns are involved, especially in an area which is a high crime area where a drug-related homicide recently occurred. We do have community safety concerns and object to any lowering of the bond in this case. Thank you.
I would respectfully request that the court disregard statements relating to unrelated violent acts where instances may or may not have occurred. I don't think that my client should be prejudiced for living in a low income area. So I would ask them to disregard that.
Damn, man. I'm sick. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Damn, man. I am sick and tired of you men. Where's my motorboat queen?
Okay, so noted. Although the court is concerned about the guns
and drugs, baby, Colorado.
the combination just doesn't, well, it's not safe for the community. We're going to set bond at $100,000. It's going to be cash or surety. And your next court date will be November 18th at 1:30 in Division 5 for the filing of charges.
Apologize. What was the bond amount, Your Honor?
I'm sorry?
What was the bond amount? I missed it. I'm sorry.
100,000
Thank you.
cash surety.
100,000.
Your Honor, can I get the case number for that matter?
It's 24 CR 3534.
I have no idea why I got this last part. I don't know if something happens. He wanted a PR button. No, nothing happens. I just wasted all of our 10 seconds time. Okay, listen, I want to see if you guys can hear it now. Because really, I really did a good job on that sound. Hold on. Oh, am I in a loop? Here we go. Means rattling. Oh, that's what you guys hear. Never mind. In my computer, because I can hear the left side. Now tell me that audio was trash. That audio was amazing. Okay, amazing. She's annoying as hell. I wish you could have heard the real audio. It's really loud and bad and horrible. All right. Next one. I'm always yelling at you, even when you don't even know it.
I was unaware
Indiana.
that you had calendared in Perez. Perez, I apologize for not knowing that. I don't have her file with me, but I'm pleased it was confirmed that Ms. Perez actually a week ago.
Well, she was supposed to be here on October 1st for sentencing. She didn't show up. The bench warrant was issued. This got picked up on the 8th.
No, she didn't get picked up. She went and turned herself in. Which
On the 1st or the 2nd of October?
the 7th of this month.
Okay, so.
Learned of her status. She went straight to the
Well,
jail.
she knew she had to be in court October 1st. I mean, how can she not know, with all due respect, how could she not know that she wasn't supposed to be in court? We had a plea hearing.
He was apparently he was in inpatient rehab.
Well, show me proof.
I have a certification of completion.
We don't see the judge. We never get to see this judge. I guess every once in a while he'll pop up in this corner, but it's so rare. Defense attorney, prosecutor, bailiff.
Well, let's start, ma'am, with all due respect. Okay, so I'm charged with a crime. I just pled guilty and then I'm in rehab. So what do? I either say, hey, I gotta call my lawyer and tell my lawyer that I'm in rehab because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to show up for court.
Raven, I don't have any fifis. None. Zero. There's nothing to hurt.
Hear me out. I'm gonna call my lawyer and say, have my lawyer contact the court and say, hey, and you know what, if Mr. Hozinski reached out to me and say, hey, my client's supposed to be here for sentencing yesterday or tomorrow, or whatever, or even today. But say, okay, I'm gonna issue a warrant for arrest, I'm gonna hold in advance. You gotta provide me proof. You didn't do that. You want me to take your word that you were in rehab, but even after you were told to be here October 1st for sentencing. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take your word for it.
But Judge, she's telling the truth, right? She said so.
I have proof of where I was at, the case manager.
Well, where's the proof, ma'am?
I have in my property, I have a certificate, they didn't do my paper.
Well, but when did you get done?
I got done October 31st.
Okay, so, and you didn't know that you got picked up? Did you call your lawyer and
I
say?
tried contacting him multiple times, he didn't answer me. I was following him up.
I did confirm that after completion of the program, she did immediately go last week on the 7th and surrender herself. It does have documentation.
No, I don't know that. I mean, do you know that? Have you seen it, Mr. Ozinski?
I've not seen it yet. It's in her property after turning himself in down the jail.
How old are you, man?
27.
Is your first case? paraphernalia. Okay, so you've been around. You got other cases as well.
My cat hit the button.
Hmm.
No, I'm not getting rid of this mouse, Fuzzy.
So it's not like this is your very first case. You got other cases. So what did you lie to me about?
I thought you meant my felony. This is my first felony.
Oh,
I apologize.
ma'am, you know what? When you tell me that, hey, this is your first case, I didn't say, is this your first felony? When you say you're honest with me and I can look it up, how do you expect me to believe that you have paperwork that you weren't doing?
I'm not, sir, I thought you meant a felony. I didn't mean that in general. I don't have a reason to lie.
So I would go up to clients and I'd say, hey, you got any prior?
Man, when I first read that, I read that as shitty kitty. And then I looked at who's going to call it a shitty kitty? And then I saw it was you. And I said, what? I'm not having stream problems, Raven. It's fine. It's all good.
No. Hey, Judge, I'd like to have the bond lowered, because he has no priors, and the judge would look at it and say, well, wait a minute, he's got some felony convictions in Michigan. Well, you didn't ask me about Michigan.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Sorry, man. Had you been honest with me?
I didn't, sir, I thought you.
So the pre-sentence report was prepared,
Jojo, you're an RN. Is he alive?
already been prepared, Kaczynski.
Your Honor.
And what we have tomorrow? You have anything?
Oh, yeah, we can have it here.
All right, we'll set this over to tomorrow for sentencing.
Did you need a free sentence?
No, we have it.
Oh, you
Done. No, she didn't show up October 1st.
Okay.
You guys in jail about that property, if you guys in jail on property about getting that information or have your lawyer do something about that, get that documentation for me, because that'll go a long way to what I'm gonna do with your case. Meantime, you're gonna stay in custody overnight. Best I can do for you, man.
Understood. Yes, Your Honor.
This is not Michigan. Raven, I hardly ever do Michigan. Hardly ever. Every once in a while. This is Colorado. Nope. This is Indiana.
All right.
100%
Hey, you got
Indiana.
Mr. Caldwell? Mr. Caldwell?
Nothing happens in the last minute. I just fell asleep while I was recording it. And I recorded an extra minute. All right. I like this one. Ready?
Morning, Your Honor. I have Michael Roselle set for
Same judge, but I like this one.
sentencing.
Yeah, so both of them are inside Jersey.
Michigan
Michigan is East Jersey. Indianapolis is West Jersey.
I have, Your Honor. He indicated to me that he was unable to get it to pull up. I told him I was not going to ask for another continuance.
Okay, but did you go through it with him, the recommendation and such with him?
I did go through the recommendation with him.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I didn't note any corrections or additions. By way of mitigators, I would note for the court, he did plead guilty to the level 6 felony and the C misdemeanor without any terms, albeit the level 5 felony was dismissed as part of the plea.
No, that's San Juan.
The PSI indicates that he was in special ed classes in school. It also indicates that he was disabled. The nature of his disability is epilepsy. And in his words, he says he has a touch of dementia. And he also is a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. By way of argument, I don't have any issue with the credit time that was noted in the PSI. I would note he's already served the 10 mandatory days for the C misdemeanor OWI. This is not in the PSI, but my client indicated to me that while he was in custody in the St. Joseph County Jail, he did have a stroke.
Tokyo, if you were in Texas, I would get the first plane, and hopefully, maybe it would fly me there. Maybe if Michael came with me, it would fly me to Texas.
And as the court has seen when he comes up to counsel's table for his hearings, he does struggle with mobility. He's ineligible for community corrections because he's disabled. And I understand that's what probation's recommendation is. But I would ask Your Honor to please consider a fully suspended sentence given his health issues and mobility issues. Thank you.
All right, sure. State. Let's get to first to the court, Your Honor. Sure, Michelle. Anything you want to tell me, sir?
Oh, whiskey.
Yes, sir, I would like to say that, there is quite a few, of us in our neighborhood that we do ride, our motorcycles and our four-wheelers and things like that. I don't really know, 2 days prior to me being stopped, there was an officer of the Osceola Police Department that did stop, traffic and allowed me to cross. 2 days later, I get stopped for the same thing. And,
So are we trying the case today, sir? I mean, if you don't think we did anything wrong, I can reject the plea, we'll set up for trial. You're telling me, I'm hearing from you is that.
Sorry, my side of the story.
Well, but sir, you pled guilty. So what I want to know is what, and if you're not interested in, you think, hey, you know what, I didn't do anything here. Then how about not to plead? We'll take the trial, we'll go to trial.
No, sir, I'd rather not.
All right. So I take it, hey, you let me drive that one day and didn't do anything. The next day you pulled me over and told me to stop and found out it was suspended. Is that what you're going to tell me?
Told you so.
No.
Okay. Well, then I'm wrong. Go ahead, sir. Just tell me what happened, if that's what you want to do.
That 2 days later, the officer stopped me and told me, that I wasn't allowed to cross the street. I didn't know, that I wasn't allowed to prior to the officer 2 days before allowed me to. I work on snowmobiles, four-wheelers and things like that, and I have a place across the street that
Were you on the snowmobile, crossing the street on a snowmobile or a vehicle or something?
Did I cross the street on a four-wheeler?
Well, sir, you're licensed, you can't drive.
Okay, so in case you don't know, here's what happened. In case you didn't get it. This guy drove across the street on a four-wheeler, and he happened to have drugs on him at the time. So the other day, he drove across the street on the four-wheeler, and the cop got him, and the cop let him go. So, but this time, he drove across the street on his four-wheeler, and a different cop got him and nailed him and found the drugs on him, and he's not allowed to drive.
Right? No, you can't. I mean, I could get that case dismissed, but you forfeited your license for life. So there's no, hey, there's a 20-yard or 20-foot limit
It's like a three-wheeler, only bigger.
that you're allowed to drive 20 yards or 20 feet. You just can't drive, period. End of discussion.
That's it.
And that's why you got stopped. You should have gotten stopped that first day. But you didn't. Your lucky day. Maybe you should have thought about that.
Yes, sir.
So what else would you like to tell me, sir?
No, that'll be it, sir.
ATV.
Well, sir, you predate probably, I don't know. I would predate your lawyer's birth, although I'm not sure about that. You have an OWI, oh yeah, I know you do, 1983. That's 41 years ago. You predate my time as a lawyer. You have an OWI in 83, PI in 88, DUI in 89, driving while suspended in 90, PI in 91, DUI in 91. Habitual traffic violator is a felony, and OWI is a felony in 93, battery in 94, HTV in 95, PI in 95, possession of marijuana in 01, retail theft in 03, pet theft, existing in 04, you had grand theft, it's a felony. Let's see, 9 counts of uttering, 1 count of theft. You received 2 years on each, and you had a parole violation in that case of 4. 2009, you had a battery, a misdemeanor, open container, misdemeanor theft in 2010, batteries, misdemeanor, retail theft in 2011, resisting in 2012, trespass, felony battery in 2013, misdemeanor theft in 2014, disorderly conduct in 2018, HTV for life in 20. You have a criminal trespass, and you got this.
I agree.
44 days. So if you were sitting where I'm sitting,
Never mind.
So if you were sitting where I was sitting, what would you do with him?
I don't know, all I can say is, I'll put myself in mercy of the court.
Well, sir, you're 60 years old, you have a long history, I get you have health issues. The DOC is equipped to handle those issues. Counts 1 and 2 are going to be concurrent, Liz. On count 2, possession of methamphetamine, level 6 felony, when you're treated as a felony, the sentence will be 30 months. Count 3, the DUI is a class C misdemeanor, will be 60 days. Those sentences will be concurrent. The sentence will be to the Department of Correction. You have a 1-year license suspension. I'm going to find you indigent for the court clause. And public defense, is this a private case or a PD case?
It's a PD case, Your Honor.
I'm going to find you indigent for purposes of court clause and public defendant fees, $175. You can put on your books and go to the jail.
Okay.
How
many days credit?
He's got 44 Class A credit, and I would recommend.
All right, y'all missed it, but he said you started your cases are older than your lawyer, and your cases are older than when I passed the bar. It was funny. Okay, I did that. Oh, we're down to 1 more. This is going fast, but don't worry, this is long.
So you're wanting to give him another 15 days? Is that what this order says? They're going to give you, this order simply says that you still are not in compliance, and they're going to give you an additional 15 days to get it right. And like I say, I remember back when I was a lawyer trying to answer these things, and they're difficult even for lawyers to get, because it's so specific and so particular. So give it your best shot, or either go get you. I don't know how much this is worth to you, if it's worth hiring a lawyer or not. That's a decision you have to make. But trying to navigate these waters without a lawyer is difficult. Now you can do it. You got a right to do it by yourself. You got a right to represent yourself. Just be aware that if in 15 days your answer is still not compliant with the law, then it's going to be over with. Understand that?
Yep, I got that clip because he said.
All right, I'm going to give this to you're going to try to get a copy of this to give to him. There's a copy right over there, or my secretary can copy it, or anybody can copy it, but you need to get it filed and copied. hand it to the clerk and let her. All right, this is Clevie Williams. He's here today apparently for a bond hearing.
Yes, Judge.
He was here back.
Raven, his name is Clevie. So you have to believe that this is Georgia, because what else could it possibly be?
In August of 2024, and I denied bond at that time. Apparently it's a aggravated assault, burglary in the first degree, and child and escape after he was cuffed. He fled on foot.
Now, this judge does not like escape. Out of all the charges, he does not like escape. Remember that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Judge. This one's come up today for the bond hearing because I believe the 90 days is run or is about to run before the next grand jury. I think we're right there. I think I had him down, date of arrest 8/10/24. Let's see, it's November 13th now. I think that puts us right there at it.
Probably been 90 days, yes. I hadn't done the count, but I'm sure Ms. Lawrence has.
He is entitled to a 90-day bond, Your Honor.
Okay.
And so we'd ask for a reasonable bond. Mr. Williams has lived here in Swainsboro his entire life. He's going to come out and do beautiful work. We understand the nature of the charges. We were trying to discuss and figure out his criminal record. I believe he doesn't have one.
He completed a first offender sentence in 2007 for a sexual battery charge.
So, he hasn't had anything since then. And that's been a felony, Judge. This is the first thing that's popped up. He actually contended to NBIC a while back and actually graduated from the program. I think some of this might have been due to some substance abuse or some issues there.
You stole from your children. That's just horrible.
We want to kind of get him bonded out, get him back working, and maybe discuss with him further about some further treatment options on his own, and explore those. We understand the nature of the charges, and we just asked reasonable bond to be set. I think we just couldn't come to an agreeable figure together.
So what are you proposing?
Just guess I think we both agree he probably
Thank you, Tina.
needs to be on the leg monitor at this point, just based on figure that's what we would like, Judge, based off of the nature of the charges, including the fleeing offense. I'd like to see something,
Big Dog Tiff, yes.
I guess just for propriety's sake, Judge, where we had looked at was they had discussed 75,000, 150.
This only lasts for just a sec.
I think that's a lot of money for anybody to put up today. I'd ask for something below 100 and to start with, and maybe we can come back and re-explore that because I'd like to get out where he could get to work again and try to get some treatment.
50, 100?
The state was going to ask for 75,000, 150,000. He has 13 cycles on his criminal history with the first offender completed for a sexual battery in 2007. That's already been mentioned. And these are very, very serious charges that he has been indicted for. The bond was denied in August because we thought it was going to be indicted. It was not.
Why not?
Your Honor, I'm not sure.
Your Honor, I'm not sure. She just killed everything with those words. Remember, he hates escape. He really hates people who escape. But she said, Your Honor, I'm not sure.
All right, 50, 100.
Oh, hold on, you missed this.
And
he also makes a noise, almost like the last one. So I took it back 10 seconds.
Why not?
Your Honor, I'm not sure.
All right, 5100. And lay monitor, no contact with the alleged victim. Curfew 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. except for work. I don't think he's listening to me, so he hear what I'm saying.
He's not listening. He escaped and he's not listening. But she said, Your Honor, I'm not sure. So he's getting a bond.
The name victims.
Yeah, it's in the warrant right here. I can tell you.
The indictment.
It's not an indictment.
Watch.
The aggravated battery was alleged to be on.
Watch him.
Yeah. Demetrix, Demeterix Bullard, Bullard.
Demetrix Bullard.
Cassandra Hood as well.
Cassandra Hood. Yeah. Mr. Williams, they'll get a copy to the jail for you, so you'll have a copy of that, okay?
Olivia.
I'll come by and see it some point. What's the last one?
Olivia Hood.
Olivia Hood.
Are those the children?
Olivia Hood is the children. Also, Sophia Hood is the other child.
Yeah.
So I've got Sandra, Olivia, and Sophia.
Yes. And then Demetrix Bullard.
Yes.
So again, he escaped. He ain't listening to the judge at all. He just got up and left the courtroom. But she said, Your Honor, I'm not sure.
Your Honor, you said something, what would the special conditions, curfew, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., what we normally do?
7 p.m. to 6 a.m.
6 a.m., yes, Judge.
Where did he go? He left? Okay. Unless needed for work.
Yes. Yes, Judge.
And not to be within 200 yards of number 3 Christopher Drive. And of course, a lay monitor. No contact.
Okay, now a normal Judge Reese would never, ever stand for someone not listening to him. A normal Judge Reese would give him time for escaping, big time. And a normal Judge Reese would drag him back into the courtroom if he tried to get up and leave during a case. But the grand jury didn't indict him in time. So she gets nothing, absolutely nothing. And he gets a bond and he gets to go, just leave whenever he wants to. Now, the next case, I think it's all one clip. So the next case is the update on the crying in court. And if nobody remembers, there was this lady in yellow who came into the courtroom, and all she had to do was test negative, and they were going to dismiss everything. And she didn't test negative. So he took her into custody and she started crying, and her lawyer said, There's no crying in court. Go, I'll talk to you later. Bye, Kay. Feel better.
All right.
Hi, Irish.
Not guilty or remaining silent and not entering a plea at all, you would obtain a jury trial with all of these rights?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand that if you plead guilty, as you're doing right now, you give up all of these rights?
Yes, sir.
Table the facts and circumstances, please, ma'am, with the recommendation.
And Your Honor, I wanted to make sure that she's waiving her venue because she's coming from Toombs County.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this is both of these are Toombs County cases.
Yes, sir.
You have an absolute right to have everything with regard to these cases done in Toombs County. they've asked me to they brought you here today and they're asking me to hear this matter here in Emmanuel County. Is that what you want to do, is
Yes.
have this matter heard here today in Emmanuel County?
Yes, sir.
And do you waive, that is, give up your right to have this done in Toombs County?
I do.
All right, very well. Thank you, ma'am. We don't need anything with regard to the accusation, I don't suppose. All right.
No, Your Honor.
All right.
I'll start with 23 CR 166.
All right.
November 3rd of 2020, law enforcement conducted a traffic stop in the area of Green Street, Vidalia, County, Georgia. The defendant was the driver of the vehicle. She appeared intoxicated and the officer smelled alcohol coming off of her breath. They did a probable cause search of the vehicle for evidence of the DUI and found a pill in the back floorboard under an alcohol bottle, a glass pipe with residue inside, and the residue came back as positive for methamphetamine in an amount of less than 2 grams. This is the case, if Your Honor will remember, the state going to agree to dismiss last week at calendar call, or it may have been the week before, if she tested clean. She did not test clean. We then found out about a new case involving the same kind of charges, and that is the second case we have today. The state's recommendation in 166 is 3 years probation subject to RSAT, with RSAT being suspended upon the completion of the Toombs PTR program, as well as a $250 fine and subject to special conditions 2, 10, 11, 15, 16, 19, 25, 32, and 34, that being maintain employment and to complete the Toombs PTR program.
And you got the other case.
I do. For 24 CR 193, on October 4th of 2024, in the area of North Street in Vidalia, County, Georgia, a traffic stop was conducted for an improper tag. The driver seemed impaired to law enforcement, the driver being the defendant. Her eyes were watery and bloodshot, and there was the odor of alcohol coming off her breath. Field sobriety tests were conducted, and there were numerous indicators for all tests of impairment present. They then arrested her for DUI. In the search of her person, fielded a baggie with suspected methamphetamine, and the inventory of her vehicle.
A ray of freaking sunshine.
Prior to it also yielded another bag of suspected methamphetamine. That has not come back from the crime lab yet, but Mr. McCray has stated that she is going to waive the crime lab results.
All right. Sumner, and the 24 CR 193, you've got a $600 fine. Is that on the DUI?
Yes.
You got to have a certain.
I didn't go through that. Count 1 is 3 years probation, and then count 2 is 12 months probation concurrent to count 1. This case is to run consecutive to 23 CR 166. So it's essentially a 6-year sentence on probation subject to RSAT suspended on PTR. For this case, a 40-day community service condition, as well as the DUI risk assessment course and $600 fine. That is all for the DUI charge.
Hi, Terry.
She's also subject on that case to special conditions 2, 3, 10, 11, 15, 16, 19, 25, 32, and 34, that being maintain employment and to complete the PTR program.
40 hours. Correct. All right, Ms. Sumner, you heard that recitation, and you heard that the recommendation that you expected her to make and one to which you have agreed.
Yes, sir.
Part of that recommendation is that while you're under this sentence, you'll give up your Fourth Amendment right against search and seizure. And you have to agree that as a special condition of probation,
this is Georgia.
If you shall submit to a search of your person or property any time of the day or night, with or without your consent and with or without a search warrant, whenever you are requested to do so by your probation officer or any law enforcement officer, if anything is found in that search, it may then be taken and used against you in any further court proceedings. Now, do you understand that?
I do.
And do you agree to that?
I do.
With regard to all of these charges, do you now freely and voluntarily admit your guilt to the charges against you? These were offered, please, for whatever reason. Hold on a minute. Although you are not admitting guilt, have you decided that it is in your best interest to plead guilty because at the trial, the evidence presented may be sufficiently strong for you to be convicted?
Yes, sir.
Based upon that, do you now freely and voluntarily enter your plea of guilt to these charges against you?
I do.
You're here today with your attorney. Ms. Brandy Payne has been representing you. She signed all this. And Mr. McRae is here with you today.
Yay, Irish. Okay, if you go watch that members only video, the last one I posted, it's your own fault. Warning, explicit content.
Are you satisfied with the services they have rendered to you in this case?
I am.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Ms. McRae, you heard the recommendation. Is that the one to which you and your client have agreed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied that she understands all of her rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Nothing at this time, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Ms. Sumner, the court found that you understand the nature of the charges against you and the consequently for guilty plea, that there is a sufficiently strong factual basis for the guilty plea, and that you decided knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily to plead guilty. The court will therefore accept your guilty plea. And I will accept the recommendation in case number 23 CR 166. It'll be a 3-year sentence. I'll allow you to serve out on probation subject to RSAT, but I'll suspend the RSAT upon you successfully completing the Toombs County PTR program, and there'll be a $250 fine. You'll be subject to all the special conditions of probation outlined on the statute sheet has been reviewed and signed by you. With regard to 24 CR 193, count 1 will be a 3-year sentence. I'll allow you to serve out on probation consecutive to 23 CR 166. And count number 2 will be a 12-month sentence, probation concurrent with count 1.
I don't think it's in Canada, CJ. Look at all this wood. I think wood is scarce in Canada, so this can't be Canada.
You will be required to do the DUI risk assessment and 40 hours of community service and pay a fine on the count 2 there of $600. You'll also be subject to the special conditions of probation outlined on the attachment A. Now, that'll be the judgment of the sentence of the court unless you'd like to withdraw your plea. Would you like to withdraw your plea?
No, sir.
With regard to the felony convictions, you have a period of 4 years within which to petition the appropriate court for habeas corpus. If you'd like to know more about habeas corpus relief, I'm sure your attorney will be glad to explain that to you. All right, Ms. Sumner, they're working real hard to get this matter done so you can get on into the PTR program, get out of jail.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Staying out of jail is going to be dependent on you.
Most definitely.
Everybody else has done their part. Jailer over at Toombs County, Ms. Payne, the prosecutors, everybody's been going to extraordinary lengths.
What I'm saying is, now that you're a member, there's a members only video that was just put up a couple days ago, and if you watch it, it's all on you because I just warned you, it's explicit content.
Got to help you get straight and get out and get on the PTR program. You get back out. You get back in with those old friends.
I understand, Your Honor.
You go to those old places. You're going to be back up here again.
No.
And you're going to be the very minimum. You're going to be looking at RSAT for 9 months.
I understand.
You got it?
I do.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Black, can you hear me there?
All she had to do was pass one drug test and everything would have been dismissed. Man.
Dodge?
Yes, sir.
All right. What are we here for today with regard to Mr. Black?
Your Honor, I believe this is a status.
Status hearing on his motion for new trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Black, of course, Mr. Hart represented you at the trial in this case, and he has, to protect your rights, he has filed a motion for new trial, what we call a bare bone motion for new trial, and that has been filed, and that's now pending before the court. There's been some discussion of whether you want to get another attorney. Apparently, Mr. Hart has not been retained.
Yes, sir. I believe it'd be a conflict. I included ineffective in that just to protect it.
Right. Apparently, you wish to pursue an ineffective assistance of counsel claim. Plus, Mr. Hart has not been retained to represent you on the appeal. There's been some discussion about you getting another lawyer to represent you. Have you done that?
Not yet, sir.
Well,
I was waiting.
Waiting for what?
I was waiting to try to get my transcript.
Well, I don't understand why you would want to wait to get the transcript before hiring an attorney. But I don't want to get in. Go ahead.
I spoke with a lawyer and they wanted to get the transcript to read it first.
Oh, okay.
You're right.
Let me find out just a moment. What is the status of the transcript? The transcript is prepared and it has been filed. Whoever that lawyer is, all they've got to do is contact the clerk's office. They can get a copy of the transcript. It's ready.
Okay.
Now, if you're not able to hire another attorney to represent you, you can apply for the public defender services. I don't know, you may not qualify. You may have too many assets. You may own a home, or you may own land. You may have inherited some land. You may have property and so forth that would prevent you from qualifying for their service. But if you are not able to hire a lawyer, you need to check that out and see if you qualify or not. But we need to move forward on this case. We can't let it just sit here. Mr. Hart can't represent you because of the ineffective assistance claim. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, when do you think you can you get back in touch with? Are you able to get back in touch with that attorney and get them to check on the transcript? What's your status there?
Yes, I can try to reach back out today. I just got this and I didn't know what was going on, so I just came up here.
I understand, but understand that the transcript has been prepared. It's been filed with the clerk's office. It's ready to go. All right, let's reschedule this for 90 days out. And if you do get an attorney, have him contact the court. Let us know that she's representing you, okay?
Yes, sir.
And maybe we can get this thing moving.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And Mr. Black, if you get him to contact me, I can get a copy of the file sent to him or her, whoever it is.
Okay. And what about that motion to discovery? Do you still have that also, Mr. Hart?
Yes, sir. I'll provide that to them as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you all very much. Dodge State, you may sign off.
Thank you, Your Honor. And with that concludes my business. Maybe.
Oh boy, here we go, guys.
Yes. Your Honor, do you want us just to remain here and take the table?
This you remain, unless you think it's going to be a lengthy hearing. Let me, in full disclosure, Ms. Kirkland, Mr. Claxton apparently now has a relationship, and his significant other has sent me an unsolicited plea on his behalf, not asking for anything in particular, but just asking that I understand their situation. They're not able to hire a lawyer, et cetera, et cetera. So I've got to reveal that to you. And if you wish me to recuse myself, I will. Okay, very well.
All right, Your Honor, basically this is a child support contempt action. Our figures show that Mr. Claxton is in arrears approximately $49,000. The order goes back, the original order goes back to September 18th of 2015, at which time he was ordered to pay $1,300 a month to my client, Ms. Sylvia Amanda Hood, for the party's children. Since that time, no modification has been filed by Mr. Claxton, even though several of the older children have aged out. There is still one minor child for which support is owed. He has made absolutely zero payments, we believe the evidence will show, since March. He was making partial payments up until then. My client's in a situation where she had to bring this to court in order to get some relief. So with that, I would place the defendant under oath with the court's permission.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to give in the case now in hearing me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, you are Emmanuel J. Claxton,
Yes, I am.
and you are the father of the children with some Sylvia Amanda Hood, correct?
Yes.
Y'all have 4 children together,
Yes.
correct? And you are still obligated to pay child support for the youngest child, Abel, correct?
By the paperwork, I'm still obligated to pay all of them because there's no end date.
There's no step down provision for when one child ages out, correct?
No, you're correct. There's
Okay.
no end date of any kind, no step down, no nothing.
All right. Do you agree that you owe approximately $49,000 in child support to Ms. Hood, reflective of basically the last 9 years of partial payments, some full payments, but a lot of.
There's been a lot more full payment than they have partial.
Okay. You agree that child support enforcement at one time reflected that you owed $49,000?
I can't argue that fact, no.
Okay. Were you served with a notice to produce when we were in court in October to bring proof of all your payments today?
I think so.
Okay, and did you bring any proof with you today of the payments you made?
I pay the payments through child support. Everything's on file. She's paying her lawyer, so it looks like y'all would have the
Okay.
proof.
If you'll answer my question, sir, did you bring any
No, ma'am, I did
documentation
not.
with you today?
No, ma'am, I
All
did
right.
not.
When is the last time you paid any child support to Ms. Hood?
I lost my job in March.
Okay, so you've paid 0 payments to her since March.
Correct.
Okay, and what do you do for a living, sir?
At the moment, I'm doing iron work at the moment.
All right, you are an iron worker, correct?
Correct.
Are you in a union?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so you just float around doing contract work. Is that what you do?
At the moment, yes.
Okay, so it is your testimony that you've had 0 income since March.
No, ma'am, I have not had 0 income since March.
Okay,
If I had, I'd be starved.
all right. So you've just not bothered to pay any
No, ma'am,
support?
that is not it.
Okay,
Have you paid anything since March?
No, sir, I have not. I have got my son, and while he's with me, I spend what I can.
You do what?
I said, when I have continued to see my son
Sure.
since then, and I mean, I do for him as much as I can do at the moment.
Well,
Yes.
like you said a minute ago,
Absolutely.
if you had not been working and didn't have any money, you wouldn't be alive.
The work I've been doing
You've not.
has been barely enough to scrape by home. And I've been having to work under the table for cash money because at the rate of child support that I'm paying, if I get a job right now and they take $300 a week, I won't have nothing left.
Well, if you petition to modify the order based on your current income and based on.
At my current income, Your Honor, I can't afford a lawyer to petition the court.
What's, anything else?
no, Your Honor. If I could get some brief testimony from Ms.
Sure. Please raise your right hand, Ms. Hood. You swear the testimony you're about to give the case now and here be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
All right, Ms. Hood, you are the mother of the 4 children with Emmanuel J. Clack. And he has been obligated to pay you $1,300 a month since September 2015, correct? Have you been keeping up with what he has paid? How much does he owe you by your figure today? You may refer to your notes.
$49,426.57.
And at one point, you were going through child support enforcement recovery, correct? At one point, you tried going through.
No,
No,
they just collect money.
okay. And they were only collecting $300 a week, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it was not the full amount.
Most of the time not.
And nor did it address the rearage when you went to them to try to get them collected, right?
Yes, ma'am, they were not.
Okay.
Different private.
And when's the last time you got a payment from Mr. Claxton?
I think it's the first of March. I got a payment of $300.
And how old's your youngest child?
He's 11.
So he's not able to work and bring in any income to his business in feeding him and clothing him, is it?
No, ma'am.
All right. Are you asking that Mr. Claxton be guilty against today?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking for attorney's fees in the amount of $1,000 to reflect what it costs you to bring this out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, what are you asking for today? Now, obviously, he's in contempt. He hadn't paid. And Mr. Claxton, you know, I can understand people sometimes when they can't pay the full amount. I get that. I understand that. I don't understand ever somebody not just paying nothing.
Yes, sir.
That you see is just intolerable. And I ask the question a lot of times. I guess you've had the child, what, every other weekend? Is that basically what you have the child?
That's what the.
Okay, yeah, but she's been still, even though you owe her 49,000 plus, she's still been letting you see the child.
To an extent, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Now, during that 2 weeks between the time that you have the child, what condition would this child be in if he was living on what you have supplied to feed him?
If he was living with me?
No. I said during the 2 week time.
Yes, sir.
Between the visitation.
Yes, sir.
If this child were surviving on what you paid in child support, what condition would he be in?
Not a very good one, sir.
Yeah, he would be dead. Can't go 2 weeks without eating. What are you asking for?
She needs some relief.
Oh, I got that. I'm just asking what, obviously.
Before she needs incarceration.
Well,
ask the court come up with a figure it deems appropriate for him to pay by December 1st or be incarcerated, and then add in an arrearage amount to the child support figure. I mean, at this point, he'll pay until the children are in their 40s.
Oh, I know. Even after all the children are grown and gone, you're going to still owe the money because you hadn't paid it. That's,
Your Honor, I want to know, there in the child support addendum that was filed in 2015, there just wasn't a step down provision. It did say that it would terminate on each child turning 18 or graduation, but there was no step down provision.
I have never seen a judge do what Judge Reese is about to do.
No, if there's no step down provision, then it stays the same. And apparently you agreed to it, or a court ordered it, or whatever when you got divorced back in 2015. You didn't put that in there that it would go down when each child turned 18.
No, sir, I didn't, because I didn't realize.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'll be back here December the 11th. Can somebody over there prepare me a comeback order? You got a, Rebecca?
Yes.
You got a form over there for a comeback order? You got one? Okay, I won't just give him a comeback order. We got it. Thank you. Go right ahead. Did y'all get your matter resolved, Mr. Palmer?
Yes, Judge.
I'll ask you later what the result was. I have a connection with those people. I just want to find out what the result was.
Okay.
That's why I was recused in the case. I want him back here on December the 11th. Now, Mr. Claxton, by December the 11th, you need to come up with $5,000.
Yes.
You don't have that when you come back on December the 11th, bring your toothbrush with you.
Sir.
If you don't have that with you when you come back on December the 11th,
Yes, sir.
bring your toothbrush with you.
Yes, sir.
But I'll be more clear. You may not understand what that means.
I understand what you're saying.
You can't bring your pillow. You can't bring your personal pajamas or your night slippers. They'll give you an orange jumpsuit and some orange flip-flops to wear.
Sure.
You got to get on this child support. This is unconscionable. It's unreasonable. There's no need for it. December the 11th is when I'll be here for that time. I'll see you here then. They will give you an order to come. Failure to appear will be a contempt of court. It'll be an automatic order to put you in jail for not complying with the court's order.
But Judge, his new wife wrote you a letter about how they're broke right now. Can't afford no lawyer.
you will come get this, and copy for him, copy for you. And the one that already will go. All right, the state will throw it away. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. All right, I'll see you here on the 11th.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, that completes.
If I had to come up with $5,000 by December 11th or go to jail, I would just go to jail. There's no way. There's no way I could just come up with $5,000 by December 11th. I wonder if I could. If it meant I had to go to jail. I wonder if I could. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that would be a tall order. All right, guys. It's time. It's time for Judge Fleischer in his purple. I guess he could borrow it from friends and family. Oh, shut up, Fozzie. Oh, man. Me and you would be fighting big time. Because I would have the money to come to you. I would have to rob a bank, which I could, but I won't. Purple rain. All right. I don't want to go too far. There we go. Are we ready? Are you? Oh, guys, I know this is the stupidest question I've ever asked ever. And I've asked some really stupid questions. But did Mike Tyson win or lose? I didn't get to see it. I don't want to Google it. I just want someone to just give me information.
You Jacqueline Allen?
Yes, sir.
Miss Allen, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail. I'm sorry, up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. It's elevated to that because of the family allegation or household allegation. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On September 20th, 2024 in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a family disturbance. Officers met with the complaining witness who stated he is 98% blind. Complainant said he's been in a dating relationship with the defendant for about 8 years. Complainant stated he got into a verbal altercation with the defendant and that a knife that was on the table earlier was no longer there. Complainant says the defendant told him, if you come any closer, I'm going to stab you.
Like Fozzie told all of us earlier, don't spoil it. Oh, wait. Wait, no, he didn't say that, did he? How was I supposed to know you didn't want to know the answer to that question? I had to know. I had to know. And now we all know, including you.
With the knife in your chest. Complainant stated he felt full. He was scared and felt fear.
Rebecca, no, no, honey. I'm banking on that.
Complainant then locked himself in his room with the desk in protection for protection against the defendant.
Have you spoken to this person? Do you know if he wants to have contact with her?
No, Judge. I believe we've tried several times to get in contact. And as of I think this week, the number is no longer in service. So we've already put in a to-do for our investigator to try to find the complainant.
Okay, ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Wait a second. Tell me the threat again. I missed it. I must have zoned.
Defendant stated, if you come any closer, I'm going to stab you with the knife.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, Miss Allen, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm entering in now what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Antonio Hughes as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon. Do you understand? Thank you. If you violate these conditions, the state can and will file additional charges against you. Violation of protective order, and things will go real sideways then. What do you do for a living, ma'am?
Okay.
What do you do for a living?
Okay, disability.
Okay, we will appoint your lawyer today, ma'am. Do not leave until we figure out what's going on. I've already have to give you 2 PR bonds because that you've taken off on us. It's not going to happen again. If you take off on us, if you don't come back to court, you will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you mind giving an application, please? And then we'll have, well, let me see if I have one. I have one already. Don't worry about it. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'm going to have you take a seat in the jury box. At this point, until I know that he wants to have contact with you, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with him. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come on.
She can come with here.
We need her to sign them up first.
All right, Judge, next is page 3.
Can you file no contact and no weapons, please? Thanks. Did you say page 3?
Yes, Judge.
You can reach out to the Mac, please.
You got a valid point there.
Okay, Mr. Barahona, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you now know what's going to happen. I've made your bond extremely low for someone who has violated conditions. You violated again. I don't care. If you have Jesus here waiting for you, the bond will go high next time if you violate any conditions. Do you understand? Yes. You were to have today a scram on your ankle. You're not to drive. You know what conditions are on you. When I mean no alcohol, I mean no alcohol from any source. I don't care what you come up here saying. It will go in this year and it will go out that year. Actions speak louder than words. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. I'm going to have you sign a reset. We'll have you get with Fleischer for your bond connection. Then we'll have you take a seat while we wait for your lawyer.
Who else absolutely loves when an Australian tells a Texan that Texan's not that big? Because what are they going to say back? She's right.
Lawyer to get here.
All right, Judge, next is page 6. Ellis, come on up.
Artavia Ellis.
Yes, sir.
Miss Ellis, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. I know you don't have one, but we're going to do probable cause first. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 8th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance at a residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that he and the defendant had been dating for at least 2 years and stated that he and the defendant had been staying with each other at the defendant's apartment or his apartment. The complainant stated that on November 8th, 2024, the complainant stated that he was seated on the couch and the defendant became aggressive and punched the complainant on the right side of the face. And the complainant stated the defendant then jumped on him and put her burning cigarette on the right side of his face, leaving a mark and causing him to feel pain. The complainant stated that he told the defendant to leave, but she refused. The complainant was afraid and called 911, and the officer spoke to the defendant, who stated that she and the complainant
Yo, she goes with you. Ouch.
had been dating for 3 years, and that she and the complainant had a verbal argument over a cheating issue in the living room, and the defendant stated that the complainant kept bothering her, accusing her of cheating, and kept following her around. The defendant stated that she then ashed the burning cigarette she was smoking on the complainant's face because the complainant used to get violent with her in the past, and the defendant stated that she did not punch or have any physical contact with the complainant.
Ms. Ellis, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, I'll put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? She has a prior assault of a family member. Is this the same complaining witness, guys?
No, Your Honor, it's a different.
It was my ex-husband.
We don't need your help, please. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. If you say something when you think it's going to hurt you, it may very well hurt you. If you think you're trying to help, just don't. I'm ordering you now not to have contact with this person. I'm entering in an order for protection that identifies London Renfro as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where he lives or where he works. Do you understand? That means you're not allowed to go within 200 feet of 10307 Dell Court in Missouri City. You cannot go within 200 feet of that address.
What is the address?
Okay. Until I know differently, you're not to go within 200 feet of that address. You know, we can work things out. My only and my primary concern, Ms. Ellis, is public safety. I will do everything in my power to protect every person of Harris County. If I have to put you in there kicking and screaming, crying and praying to whatever God there may be, I don't care. Do you understand? What do you do for a living?
I drive, I work for Amazon.
Do you have a Texas driver's license, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
I don't currently have a vehicle right now.
You said you're driving something. You have to have car
I drive
insurance.
for Amazon. I use their vehicle to deliver packages.
Okay.
So yes, I do have a driver's license.
How much money do you make a month?
Not much. I haven't worked in like a month. I've been having problems with my heart, so I haven't been at work lately.
Are you still earning an income?
As of a month, I haven't worked in like a month because I took an absence of leave because I've been dealing with my heart problems.
Okay, I'll have you fill out an application, but I need to know everything about you. I need to know how much money you have in the bank, what your monthly income is. Don't just put zeros because I'm going to send it back to you. I need to know everything about you. And I'll look to see whether you qualify for an appointed lawyer. Okay, do not leave until you sign all of our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. And remember, no alcohol, no illegal drugs. That includes smoking marijuana. If you smoke marijuana, okay, please.
It's everything.
All right, Judge, can I come over here, ma'am? Next judge is
Can
case
you file no contact and no weapons as well, please?
15. Sarah, come on up.
Victoria, what did you say?
Page 15,
Okay.
Sarah.
So that girl that we just saw, I just found out that she does not work for Amazon. She just lied to the judge. Ooh, she's gonna fill out that paper and she's gonna get it.
Edwin Sura Aparicio. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Good morning, Ms. Reyes. Okay.
Yes, Judge. On November 10th, 2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle after observing it run a red light and through an intersection. After the officer turned on emergency lighting equipment, defendant's vehicle accelerated at a high rate of speed. Officer activated sirens. The vehicle slowed down. Upon contact with the defendant, who was the driver of the vehicle, the officer observed red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant admitted to drinking. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 3 out of 8, one leg stand 0 out of 4. The DIC was red and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were 0.15 and 0.149.
You said the stop was for
Running a red light, Your Honor.
Oh, he ran a red
He ran a red
light.
light and then the officer pursued.
Got it. Okay. Mr. Sura Aparicio, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Resident.
Do you have a Texas driver license?
I have the Texas.
Yes. Can you run his license? Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Bajo su nombre.
No. Then you're not allowed to drive.
No se le permite.
I am making that now a condition of your bond. You're not to drive any vehicle until you have car insurance in your name. And we were able to see it. Once you obtain that, come back here, show us that you have it, and then I will take this restriction off. But until I know every person of Harris County is protected in the event that you get into an accident, you're not allowed to drive. It's just the law.
Seguranza sistema, pensé que era como seguro.
Oh, I'm sorry, I do have insurance. I thought you were talking about life insurance.
I don't care about life
No, a mí no me
insurance.
importa de seguro de vida.
Car insurance. Show me that you
Life
have it with your
insurance.
name before you leave here today, and I won't put this restriction off. I want to know that you're protected. I want to see that you have car insurance, and then we won't restrict your license, your driving privileges. I am ordering you, though, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
¿Entiende? Yes.
Okay, you have a lawyer,
Tiene un abogado.
job having a lawyer.
Tiene un buen-
Because you do, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Reyes and he will tell you when you have to come back to court. If Mr. Reyes tells me that he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Una orden de arresto.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende? Yes.
All right, guys, well, I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you get with Felicia for your bond conditions and then free to go.
Thanks, Judge.
All right.
Have a great weekend and day.
You too.
Time for your reset. All right, Judge, the next Spanish arraignment is page 8. Hernandez, Ramos, come on up.
Parece que conteste a voz alta, por favor.
Okay, Luis Armando Hernandez Ramos.
Ramos. Yes, I am.
That one's easy. You want to know why? Because there were 4 orange kittens. Nope, 5. I got 3. And my daughter took one to where she was living. All right. Now, my 2 daughters are very similar. So they both named one of their orange cats Keo. And then my other daughter moved in with me. So now we have 2 Keos. My Keo is huge and muscular and a scrapper. The other Keo is just precious and scared of everything. But I can just call out Keo. I can just call out Keo and I'm good. Solid.
Charged with driving while intoxicated. You were facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine because of the high blow. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
No diga nada.
On November 9th,
El 9 de
2024,
noviembre del 2024.
officer conducted a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle at approximately 10:47 p.m. after observing it weave between 2 lanes and fail to signal lane changes. Upon contact with the defendant's vehicle, the officer observed a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, red glassy eyes, slow speech, unsteady balance, and a glazed over look. The defendant had inconsistent statements and trouble with the timeline of the evening. The defendant admitted to drinking beer in his truck prior to driving. Standard field sobriety test.
Did he have alcohol in the car while he's driving?
Your Honor, yes, and it's towards the end of the statement. So, officers conducted standard field sobriety test, HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turns 8 out of 8, and 1 leg stand 3 out of 4. An inventory search of the vehicle revealed 5 empty 32-ounce Corona bottles, 1 32-ounce Corona bottle with 1 ounce.
Corona, I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, good.
Go a little bit slower, huh?
Thank you, sir.
An inventory search of the vehicle revealed 5 empty 32-ounce Corona bottles, 1 32-ounce Corona bottle
Botella de 32
with 1
onzas
ounce
de
of
Corona
fluid
con
in the
una
bottle
onza de
and
líquido
1
abajo.
empty 24-ounce Modelo.
Un modelo vacío.
Drinking while driving?
Se está manejando.
DIC was read
Le leyeron su
and defendant consented
y
to
el
correct.
acusado el
The
permiso para el
results were
valiente.
0.174 and 0.173.
Y punto 173.
Mr. Hernandez Ramos, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
Ciudadano de los Estados Unidos.
Resident.
I'm a resident.
I don't know if you are or
Yo
not.
no sé si lo
And
es o
quite
no.
frankly, I don't care.
Francamente, a mí no me importa.
But one thing I want you to understand is if there is any problem with your immigration paperwork whatsoever, and you go to jail and immigration finds you,
A la cárcel.
they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in jail until this case is over with. And then you will be shipped off to immigration where you will sit for another 6 to 9 months.
6 a 9 meses.
I hope that you would recognize it's damn elementary for you not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. You now,
Ahora,
I am barring you from driving whatsoever. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, promising me that you're not going to drive. And I don't care what is going on in your life. If I find that you drive in violation of this affidavit, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt, slap you with up to 180 days every time you drive.
yes, cada vez
Do
que
you
manejo.
understand?
Entiende. Yes.
You cannot give any justification at all for getting into a car and driving. And there will be a very hefty toll. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any kind of illegal drugs or unprescribed controlled medication, likewise, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. And like I said, any issues with your immigration whatsoever, you will be with me for a long time.
Estar ahí por largo tiempo. Okay.
I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive.
Va a jurar que
I
usted
will
no
have
va
you
a
sign a
manejar.
reset with Victoria. I will also have you sign your bond conditions with Felicia. We will get you out of here because you need a lawyer to represent you, and we will give you time to go hire a lawyer.
Le vamos
When you come back, hire a lawyer. If you fail to come back, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
a otra vez. Yo entonces voy a dar una orden de arresto.
All right, Judge, the next Spanish arraignment is Vasquez Jose. Rodriguez. Page 18, Judge.
Okay. Are you Jose Vasquez?
Yes.
Mr. Vasquez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable
I missed that, but man, I hate when they do that.
cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Nosotros le nombramos uno, señor.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 9th,
El 9 de noviembre
2024,
del 24,
the officer was dispatched in reference to a major crash.
a un choque.
Upon arrival,
Al
the
llegar,
officer observed the
los oficiales
defendant
observaron al
being
acusado,
treated by
que
Houston
estaban
Fire
tratando
Department,
el departamento de
and
bomberos
upon
de Houston,
contact with the
y
wheel
tuvieron
witness,
contacto
the
con el
wheel witness
testigo,
advised that the defendant
que el
was
acusado
driving
estaba manejando
westbound
hacia el
when he struck
oeste
the median
cuando le pegó
at
al
the
camellón
intersection.
la intersección.
The wheel witness observed the
El
defendant
testigo
then
observó
crash into a
el
street
acusado
sign,
que se chocó contra
exit the
una
vehicle from the
señal,
driver's
salió del
seat,
vehículo por la parte
and the
de
wheel witness saw that the
el
defendant was the sole
conductor
occupant.
y vieron que él era el
Upon
único.
contact with the
Cuando
defendant,
tuvieron contacto
the
con el
officer observed
acusado,
him with
los oficiales
bloodshot,
observaron
glossy
los ojos
eyes,
rojizos,
improper balance,
falta de
and slurred
equilibrio
speech.
y el habla afectada.
Standard field sobriety tests
Hicieron
were
las pruebas,
attempted.
se trataron,
HGN was unable to be completed.
HN no se pudo completar.
Walk and turn,
Caminar
5 out of
voltear,
8.
5 de
1
8,
leg stand,
una
1 out of
pierna,
4.
1 de
The
4.
DIC was read
Hicieron las
and the defendant
derechos
consented to
y el
arrest,
acusado dio
but was
permiso para
unable
ver
to
el
follow
viento,
instructions.
pero no pudo seguir las
Search warrant was
instrucciones.
then signed and
Hicieron
executed.
entonces la orden de registro.
Any priority to be ICE?
No, Your Honor.
No.
Okay, and I forgot to ask you on the gentleman before us, were there any prior DWIs? Did you run an NCIC?
Gentleman before, let me see, Your Honor, I have it still pulled up. No, Your Honor.
Vasquez Ramos, I'm going to find that, I'm sorry, Mr. Vasquez Ladrillos. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. What is your immigration status? Are you a citizen of the United States?
No.
What happens if you go to jail?
Ya no voy a volver a hacer.
It's just, I'm not gonna do that again.
I want you to tell me what happens if you go to jail. I want you to think, and I want you to tell me what happens if you go to jail.
¿Qué sucede si usted va a la cárcel?
Es que no puedes que tengo mi mamá enferma.
Just that I can because my mother is sick.
I'm going to ask you again, are you in this country with or without permission?
Ahí con o sin permiso. Without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Entonces, si usted va a la cárcel.
Ya no voy a volver a tomar.
I'm not gonna drink again.
I'm trying to get you to put two and two together. Mr. Vasquez, you're not in this country with permission. If you go to jail and immigration finds you, they're going to put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody for the next 6 to 9 months. That is what what you have waiting if you go to jail. They sweep the jail every 4 to 6 hours, and if they find you, you will be in there for a very long time. I'm putting conditions on your bond now. If you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. You were lucky enough to get out one time. You may not be lucky the next time. Do you understand?
Yes.
You don't have a Texas driver license, do you?
No. No.
Then you're not allowed.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. Pretty epic. So it was funny. I said, at one point I said, do not write any derogatory comments about the defendants. And someone who had some chats deleted, said, or what, or like, what's going to happen if I do court vibes? And boom, before I even looked, they were gone. I don't remember who did it, but before I even looked, they were just gone and they couldn't come back. Nope, you can't come back from that. You can't beat up on the mods no matter who they are.
To drive. And I'm making that a condition of your bond. This is an affidavit, which is a promise that you're going to make to me today that you're not going to drive. I don't
And then Fozzie kept saying, hey, whatever your name is, how's the weather? And they couldn't text back.
care what's going on in your life. There's a burning building and 50 kittens need to be saved. You drive, you will be with me. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, likewise, you will go to jail. The reason you got out of jail so quick is we gave you a free bond. It's not going to happen again. So if you spend any more than 4 to 6 hours in there, get ready for a detainer. You understand? I will have you come up here, swear test that you're not to drive. I'll get you to Victoria where you will sign a reset. You will get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then we will get you out of here to hire a lawyer. Heed this warning because you will not get another one. Follow these conditions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
That's the last section. All right, Judge, next is page 7.
Thank you.
Michael?
Did you say correct?
You're
First.
first? Okay, come on.
I don't know about you guys, but yesterday's Judge Fleischer chat was rough. I'm telling you, I just delete after delete after delete. It was rough. I deleted a ton of things.
You, Michael Todd First.
Sure.
Mr. First, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. And you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. So on the DWI, you're facing up to a year in
Too,
jail
I love it.
and or a
love it.
$4,000 fine. On your other case, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
On November 7th, 2024, the officer responded to an HEB in Harris County, Texas, in response to a public intoxication call. Upon contact with the defendant, who matched the description given over dispatch, the officer observed the defendant to have bloodshot, glossy eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant was extremely unsteady on his feet. The defendant failed to comply, having unprovoked aggression and irritability towards the officers, and refused to answer any and all questions regarding his history and whether the defendant had consumed any alcoholic beverage. Through surveillance footage, the officers observed the defendant drive to the store and was the sole occupant of his motor vehicle, and the witness advised the defendant entered the store appearing to be heavily intoxicated. Due to the defendant's level of intoxication, standard field sobriety tests were unable to be performed. The DIC was read, but the defendant refused. A search warrant was signed and executed despite the defendant's attempt to interfere with the execution of the blood warrant. He resisted the officers and the hospital staff and impeded the phlebotomist from complying with the warrant.
Just telling me that he interfered. DWI okay with the interference? You got to give me more than conclusory statements.
So 3 officers, Judge, had to restrain the defendant before the phlebotomist was able to take two vials
Better.
of blood.
Okay.
He disrupted the timeline of the execution. He impeded the phlebotomist from complying with the warrant. He interfered with the peace officer while the peace officer was performing his duty. So, Judge, it just seems like he was actively resisting the whole time.
Strap him to a gurney, does it say? You know?
I'm gonna pull up the OR, Judge.
It's not necessary.
Furthermore, it also says that while in the hospital for approximately 5 minutes, the defendant repeatedly pulled away his arm from the phlebotomist and the officers while the phlebotomist was drawing blood.
Okay. All right, Mr. First, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or any illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you have a Texas driver license? Can you run his license, please? And then how many prior DWIs do we have here? Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Currently, yes, sir. But, I would.
I don't want to talk about the case at all. I'm just trying to determine whether we should allow you to drive or not.
Well, I have something to say on that. It would be fine with me if you ordered me not to drive. I don't need to drive. I don't have a job.
But I don't know how that'll impact your life. I am going to say this, though. I am ordering you now not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. So I'm putting a restriction on your license that if you want to drive a vehicle, you're not allowed to unless it has an ignition interlock. Understand, if you drive a vehicle, it doesn't have one, you're in violation of the conditions and we're going to put you in jail. You understand? Mr. First, if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you better take care of it, because if you don't, I'm going to do it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Your Honor, his license is eligible and he only has 1 prior DWI from 2023 out of Montgomery.
On probation right now?
No, it was a 3-day jail sentence.
Okay. All right. So tell me what.
Apparently I have to go, guys.
What do you do what do you do in life? Do you work?
I don't work right now. I'm in the process of filing for disability. I tore up my knee right before Christmas the last year, and it was really bad, and I'm still suffering with it today.
How do you support yourself?
My wife.
So you're married?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll do this. I'll give you an application. Let me see if I have one on file already. I need you to fill out an application for me for an appointed lawyer.
Yes, sir.
So Deputy Reeves will give you an application. I'm going to have you sign a big reset with Victoria. You'll meet with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then we'll just have you take a seat in the jury box while we get all your conditions ready and then find your lawyer.
Fair
Okay,
enough,
sir?
Your Honor.
Okay, please.
Oh, it's so hard though. It is just so hard some days. I mute it a lot of the times, but sometimes I don't. And I have so many words that I want to say, and I can't.
Is page 10 and 11. Muncie.
Short marriages are good for you. Yes. Yes, you do that. You get a wife with no job. Good idea. I don't know why I've been married 8 times. I just don't get it. I'm a catch.
Judge, can you check the waiting
Do you
room?
have, are we waiting on a translator, Vic? Do
Judge, I believe he's in the waiting room.
you know what the name is?
Hip Win.
So unless someone goes to the front somewhere over here, Judge can't hear anybody in Zoom. I thought Ramona knew that. She's the one that usually says something. But no, Judge can't hear her. We hear you, Ramona. We got you.
Come on, man. Are you gonna pay this? Yeah, that's it. Great. Here, you can take this. Thanks. Good job, Linus.
Did you guys see that? Yes, I'm rewinding it. Yes, I'm showing that again. Did you guys see that? Victoria put Linus to work. That was Linus. That was Linus. Are you ready? Are you pay attention?
Waiting on a translator, Vic?
Judge, I believe he's in the waiting room.
Do you know what the name is?
Hip Win.
Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here.
Come on, man. You can pay this. Yeah, that's it. Great. Here, you can take this. Thanks.
God.
Good job, Linus. Hi, Ramona.
Hi, Judge.
Judge on that. Dick, I get. Just tell me, what do you got?
Yeah, that's all. These guys
Oh.
Linus, you're such a good girl.
call back.
Do you know, is there a chance that we get this person or no?
So there's a 2-hour slot. So she's going to fill.
Okay, ma'am, we're still, or Mr. Nguyen, we're waiting on the person to arrive from the jail, so we'll know within the next hour when we get them, and then I'll just give you a heads up, okay?
That was Linus, the mod. That was Linus from the Netherlands. She's on her plane right now, I believe, still going back. She's gone now. Oh, I hate that she went back. I can't wait till Diva sees her though. Her cat Diva has been without her for a week. And you know what? I bet you she's gonna say something within the next 2 or 3 days, like she gained like 20 pounds.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, I couldn't wait.
Do me a favor, will you? On the sound bar, there's a button to turn it on right at the end. If you just hit it one time. Mr. Nguyen?
Yes, Your Honor.
There we go. Okay. So just hang
Right.
tight with me. Hopefully we'll know within the next hour, okay?
Yes, sir.
What did I forget? What did I not do? I'll do it right now. Same Irish.
I'd like to wait for his lawyer to get here. So, Mr. Mancias, for now, I'm going to just have you take us in the juror box while we wait for your lawyer to get here, and then we'll talk about how we go.
Oh, Victoria. I did. I put it up there and I did. Victoria, why couldn't you give her one of your moo-moos? That's just rude. She was eating a lot.
Forward with you. Yes, sir. Needless to say, this case is 200 days old and it's time to put this baby to bed. Yes, sir. Take a
Michael, maybe he blocked you. Do you ever think about that? I mean, it's completely understandable.
seat for me.
All right, Judge, next is page 12. Nava, come on up.
Tomas Nava. Mr. Nava, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On November 8th, 2024, the officer was dispatched in regard to a two-vehicle collision. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle in an 18-wheeler, and upon contact with the witness, the driver of the 18-wheeler, the witness advised the defendant was driving at the time of the collision. Upon contact with the defendant admitted to crashing his motor vehicle into the rear end of the 18-wheeler. The officer observed the defendant with red glassy eyes, slurred speech, and a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage.
Did everyone else in chat see when I posted this on the screen and I said, why couldn't we keep her? Did no one else see that? Because Fozzie says I'm ignoring him, but I definitely, absolutely did all of that. Irish Dublin, do you have Maiko blocked? Can you see Maiko typing at all? Because he can't see you. Thank you. Thank you. Fozzie, quick go into the bathroom because don't take me in with you and missing stuff. That's a nice dress.
The officer further observed poor balance, and the defendant was swaying from side to side and was looking to the concrete barrier for support. The defendant admitted to drinking, and standard field sobriety tests were refused. The GIC was read, but the defendant refused. Blood search warrant was signed and executed.
I need you to do me a favor, please.
Yes, Judge.
You probably have top comments on your TV. No. No.
Does he have any DWIs that are out of county? Can you run a full NCIC on Mr. Nava?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Nava, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more bond. No more PR bonds. No more free bonds. I will do everything in my power to protect the county. As far as I know, this is your...
No, everybody can see you, Irish, except for Maiko Psycho. Can you see Maiko Psycho? Maiko, say something. Say something nice. Talk about pineapple. Can you say something about a pineapple really quick, Maiko? Nope, make it a shorter word, a cat. Hi, Sue. Now Maiko's not going to type anything. There. Okay, look, Irish. Maiko Psycho just typed hi, Sue. Right after Fozzie said, is this live? And right before Kelly said, hello, Sue Gary. Can you, okay, Irish can see you, Maiko. You can't see him. So maybe you have him muted. I cannot for the life of me remember how to unmute someone. Let's see. That's not it. That's not the right button. I don't remember how to do it. Someone help me out here. I'll click it so everybody can see. And actually, because this is my channel, I might not have the same. Where? Oh no, I can't do that in my screen. Sorry guys, you can't see what I got in mine. That would be really bad. You have to go to your settings and go to privacy, Maiko, and see if you have Irish muted or blocked or hidden or something. Some people's feelings might be a little hurt if I show my screen. So, all right, we're going to finish this guy and we're going to wrap it up.
3rd here in Harris County. I don't want you to drive. I'm ordering you not to drive. Do you understand? You will be, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I'm going to have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car and drive. And I don't care what your excuse is. You cannot justify getting into a car for any reason.
You're going to go out of county DWIs.
I'm also going to order you to not drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock on it. If you're caught driving any vehicle into jail, you'll go, and I'm going to deem you a public danger, and I'm going to make your bond so high you'll have teeth popping out. I'm going to order you to obtain a handheld scram device that you're going to take with you, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. Do you understand?
Sir.
Judge, you said scram or?
You can get the portable. Yeah, today. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'm going to get you to Victoria. We're going to have you sign a reset. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions.
Yes, I got a lawyer, for the next.
Okay, just don't consume alcohol for any reason. I don't care what your excuse is, and above all else, don't drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Michael, don't ignore us. We're trying to help. I demand immediate attention right now, Michael. Can you see Irish now, Michael? Did you fix it? I mean, you'll have time to fix it in Fleischer's court. Oh, wait, that's Monday. We don't have. Oh, my goodness. I'm working here. I'm working. Why would you put something in my chat while I'm working? Oh, no, I deleted my chat. That's my bad. There's 50 some messages. I'm scrolling way down to the bottom. It better be right at the bottom. I hate everybody. I got to the bottom of it. Okay. All right. We did it. We made it through. There's no court today. There's no court tomorrow. And I don't even know if I have anything ready. Usually I'm way more prepared for the weekend than I am now. But that's okay, guys. Don't worry. I will find something. I know I will. I have faith. And then who knows what we're going to find next week. Next week, we're probably going to find some real good ones. Yes, yes. I love potatoes. I mean vodka. But, all right. Thank you so much for coming out today. You guys missed some good stuff. You were chatting, but that's fine. All right. Go to bed, Michael. You have to be up soon for something. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know if you can check it. I don't know if you can change it on your TV. You probably just have top messages on. I don't know why. I don't. I'm never going to trust anybody again in my chat. My gosh. That's right, Jen. Go do your event. I'm so excited for you. It's going to be so much fun. All right, guys, let me find my ouch. Oh, wait, guys, do you want to know something? You guys should really, 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 really visit Texas. Do you want to know why? I'm about to show you. There's no sound to this video, so I'll unmute it, but there's no sound. This is Texas, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Seriously? That's so cool. What is Telltales? Anyway, YouTube thinks I want to see something really bad. I'm not going to look at it. I don't like when YouTube tells me what to watch. I do my best not to. It was very relaxing. I do not know what beach in Texas that is. No idea. Zero idea. All right. I'm going to find my outro now. It's time. Time for me to go to bed for my double. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Bye.
Got these life that goes digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle she lights the way. Her eyes mirror sky so blue. In her jokes there's a truth so true. With each stream she brings the light, turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales waiting to the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm.